we are here to protest against that and to make our government make the right decision, stop the war, do whatever is needed to do to bring the rest of the hostages that are still alive, to bring them alive.
Israeli citizens took to the streets, holding rallies to criticize the government for failing to secure the safe release of hostages held by Hamas. They also demanded immediate action from the government to reach agreements with Hamas on a ceasefire and the release of the hostages.
Today we're here in this protest to demand freeing of the hostages that are in Gaza. But it's not only today, it's more than 300 days that we're protesting.
The massive protests occurred just as Israel Defense Forces spokesman Daniel Hagari announced in a press briefing on Sunday that its forces had recovered the bodies of 6 hostages on Saturday.
I don't know whether it's the last chance, but this is definitely a chance, and we need to give that a chance to conclude. And so, really hope that the negotiation will be back and finally will be finalized. We need to do everything possible to finalize the negotiations.
Holding up banners and photos of the hostages, protesters in front of the Israeli Parliament building in West Jerusalem chanted slogans demanding that the government take action and reach agreements with Hamas.
We hope that there are still negotiations going on. We're afraid that Netanyahu doesn't really want to make the negotiations. He finds the way to always at the last moment. I also think that the Gaza people are suffering as well. I think that war is not a way to bring anything good to us. Negotiations should be done, a deal must be done.
Protesters expressed concern that the Netanyahu government is not doing enough to end the war or release the hostages. Meanwhile, on Monday, municipal services across several Israeli districts came to a standstill as the Histadrut, Israel's largest labor union, launched a general strike. The strike is the latest chapter in a prolonged period of civil unrest, fueled by growing frustration over Netanyahu's handling of the hostage crisis.
I'm crying the cry of humanity. Hostages are dying every day. All the people all around the world and here in the state of Israel can, by forcing their governments, stop the fear and stop the dehumanization and save people's lives today by making a deal that will make the terrorists lose in the long term.
Despite mounting pressure from within his own government, including Defense Minister Yoav Gallant and senior military and intelligence officials, Netanyahu has remained steadfast in his refusal to withdraw Israeli forces from the Gaza Strip as part of any potential ceasefire agreement.
At that very same time, it murdered 6 of our hostages. Whoever murders hostages does not want a deal. We, for our part, will not give up. The Israeli government is committed, and I am personally committed, to continue striving for a deal that will return all our hostages and guarantee our security and existence.
Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich sought to overturn the Histadrut's strike call through Israel's labor court, which convened mid-morning. By then, however, the strike had already significantly impacted the economy. Major employers, including those in the manufacturing and high-tech sectors, supported the strike, amplifying its effects. Ben Gurion Airport, Israel's main air transport hub, saw some service suspensions. The healthcare system was also notably affected, with hospitals operating at reduced capacity. Banks were closed, although many private businesses remained open, allowing employees to participate in the strike, leading to widespread service disruptions. Hamas continues to hold 101 hostages from the 253 individuals abducted during the brutal incursion into Israeli communities near Gaza last October. The nation now faces a crossroads, with the government grappling with deepening domestic unrest while managing the complex Gaza conflict. The path forward remains uncertain, with many Israelis hoping for the return of their loved ones.